So, the funny thing about this video is that I just did it. Yeah, I just did it, and do you want to know what happened? I had an error whilst analysing for stabilisation. I'm not doing that again. I'm never, ever doing that again, but anyway, this is like a vlog review. I'm talking to you as myself, and I'm not literally called the French anime guy. I think everyone can, guess that. And I'm talking to you as a Mr. Jacques Shepherd from Saint-Cloud-de-Lausanne, southwest France now. This is like a vlog review of Ouran High School Host Club. I did say in my review, I keep watching, and I did keep watching, and I actually finished the whole thing just before the review was uploaded. So, let's talk about the anime. So, we're going to start with story. Story of this anime, there's not much overarching story in this. There's the most overarching story we get is probably character development, mostly finding out about the characters. It's not really overarching story. However, what I will say is that the standalone episodes of this anime are really, really good. This is like an anime that functions on standalone episodes, really, to be completely honest. And you'll get a couple of episodes where there's a flashback and it'll focus on a main character or something else, you know? And the first few episodes are kind of this is okay, and then later it gets really, really funny. So yeah, there's not much to say about story, so we can move on to characters really from this point. Characters! First of all, we got Haruhi, who is a little bit generic. Okay, she is really a little bit generic, but you know what? I don't care. She has an inner monologue, and it is hilarious. Like she has her thoughts in her head. She's kind of like Kion from The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, a little bit, not a lot though. Kion was a lot more sarcastic. But anyway, from there, we're going to move on to Tamaki. Tamaki is my favourite out of all of them. You can have your favourite pick of character, and I bet 80% of people just go, Tamaki. Fucking Tamaki is my favourite. And I think there's a reason why, because he's an asshole. He is a rich asshole, but at the same time, he's likeable. You like him. You like his confidence. You like these crazy things that he sets up for everyone. And for me, that's just something that's funny, and I like him. I also like the fact that Edward Elric, I'm just going to call him Edward Elric because his name, I don't know how to pronounce his name properly. I'm not even sure in the review I pronounced his name properly, but Edward Elric voices him. So, you know, that's fine. If you got Edward Elric's voice actor doing anything, you sold it to me. So then we got Honey and Takashi, who I will say they're the most boring out of all of them. There's not much devoted to them. I don't really like them that much, because Takashi's really silent. He barely says anything. I think that's part of the joke, and it is pretty funny that he barely says anything. But at the same time, if he doesn't talk, you don't get a lot of character development out of someone. And you have to rely on exposition as well to get any sort of character development from someone who doesn't talk. So, you know, that's kind of a peeve of mine. Honey's okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. Honey's alright. And then, finally, for me, Kyoya. And Kyoya he's okay. Well, no, actually, he's more than okay. He can be pretty funny, and he's overly he's overly nice to a lot of people. But between that niceness, you can kind of read the lines of he is a bit of an asshole. He is motivated by money. He's motivated by his future, his job, and you know, I like him. I did like him. I like all the characters in their own little ways, but Takashi and Honey less. And Hikaru and Kaoru, finally, I like the twins a lot. Actually, they're both of them. They could be one character, really, and I think That's really good when you make it so that two characters can really be one, and they're related, so that's okay. And I like those two because they're really tongue in cheek. They're not sarcastic so much, but they just like pulling pranks, and I like characters like that. I do. So moving on from the characters, how does the animation hold up? The animation for this type of anime is really good animation. It's not exactly like shonen sort of animation where like shit blows up and like everyone competes to make the biggest mushroom cloud fart in a field or whatever. And you know, and the animation for this needs to be like this because comedy, one of the rules of comedy is that the jokes have to keep coming fast, keep cracking, come on, keep going, and that's how comedy works. A lot of the time, and also somebody has to feel pain. Lots of people feel pain in this, and it's all used for comedic effect. So you know, it's like I don't really need to mention the comedy because it is hilarious. But yeah, the animation perfectly suits this. There's a scene actually in an episode where Hikaru and Kaoru are fighting because they want to be different from one another, and you can finally tell them apart by the color of their hair and stuff, and they start throwing shit at each other. They start throwing their lunch at each other, and then suddenly somehow Honey's got launched into the air. Takeshi, quick as lightning, just picks up. And then you've got like the little exclamation marks above his head, and then he just goes in and saves him. And the sequence is so quick and it's so funny. It is hilarious. And it is, yeah, it's pretty damn good. It's pretty sweet actually. And then finally, I think the last thing to mention is sound. Don't really need to mention Edward Elric, he's awesome. But I will mention that Todd Haberkorn was in this as well. He was Hikaru, and I think a lot of people will be able to read between the lines of the Soul Eater joke there, once they know that. The music never really struck me as particularly brilliant, but it's used for comedic effect a lot of the time. The first opening, although I said in my review that I didn't like it, it's grown on me. I do not know how it has grown on me, but somehow this thing has mutated into something that has grown on me. And you know, like I said, I don't even like the bass. Like, I don't like the bass because it honestly sounds like somebody is having a shit attack, basically. And you know, but it's grown on me. I think it's mostly to do with the opening sort of guitar riff where it goes that sort of thing. That's grown on me. Now the closing for the show it's okay. It's nothing that I would particularly remember, but it's not a bad outro. Finally, what I should mention is probably that the sound palette for this, like the sound effects, it's not very wine diverse, but then again, it doesn't need to be. It's an anime. It's an anime that is meant for. It's shoujo. It's shoujo. That's what I'm trying to say. It's shoujo. So shoujo, obviously, you're going to be a bit limited to what sound effects you make, and there are some pretty good sound effects in this, but nothing that's really noteworthy. So yeah, that's the end. I think one of the worst factors of the show, honestly, the ending of this show is just really annoying, and like without a season 2, you know, that's your ending. That's your ending to this anime that has been so funny and not annoyed you up until now, until the very end. And then you just realise, shit, there's no more of this. Well, I want more, and that's a good thing that I want more, but where is more? It was made in 2007, guys. There is no way that this is gonna come back. It's been something like, I don't know, I think it's been about 7 years now. 7 years. There's no chance. This is how they work. And so that annoyed me a little bit. Oh, but overall, I would actually say 8 out of 10. It is really, really, really good. And although there are a couple of moments where there are a couple of episodes where it just sort of stops dead, and you sort of just there watching it, just sort of like, okay, so where's the humor again? So you kind of like that at times. But overall, it's a good anime. You should give it a watch if you like comedy. Definitely give it a watch if you like harem anime, although I don't know a lot of people out there who do really, really, really like harem. I don't mind harem. I've never been really a fan. As I said in my review, either lent to it's action or drama. So, that's it from me. Until next time, keep calm and keep watching anime.